Welcome back to the Zach Carpenter Show here on BCHS Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. Go to YouTube, look for BCHS Bear Network, and watch all of our shows that are produced here in Studio H12 on the campus of Bradford Central High School. Being joined now by head coach Zach Carpenter, who we've not seen in a while on our show. We saw him in action last night. And you got a couple of seniors with you. Introduce who you brought today there, Zach.
We got D. Reed and Jackson Airy, both of them seniors. This is their third year with me, big parts of our program.
Well, we had a big win last night at Howard, a tough game down there. We knew it'd be tough on the road, district game, but a win. And we never trailed in that game, which was sort of crazy, but they tied us at one time in the second quarter, but the guys prevailed, and we had a good, solid effort out of a lot of guys last night.
We did. It was a total team effort. And, the first half, we came out early on, hit some shots, got a lead. Then we relaxed again and allowed them to get back in the game, and they tied it right before halftime. I think we were able to go up 2 at the half, and then second half I thought we did a much better job with our effort, intensity, rebounding especially, and finishing around the basket.
Well, I was looking at the score sheet last night. 3 guys in double figures, where Marion had 19, Tyrese had 15, Jackson here had 16. Tyrese a double-double with 12 rebounds there, and we really played well, 11 assists on 24 made baskets. And you told me after the game last night, said you got onto them at halftime because the rebounding battle was not the way you need it to be. 25-22 it was at the halftime break. We ended up winning it 44-33, and that's a huge part. And we had 17 offensive rebounds, and that's one of the things that coaches look at first, offensive rebounds.
It is, and the way we've been shooting the ball last night, our shots weren't going in. So we have a rule, 3, 4, and 5, they crash every time. In the second half, I thought we did a much better job of getting to the glass, getting those second chance points, and making some easy buckets for us.
Well, D, you guys have been a streaky team this year. You lost the first 2 games to a very, very good Silverdale team. We lost the second game. We went 7 straight wins then. We dropped 5 in a row. Now we're back. We got 3 wins in a row now. And I talked with Coach. He said down in Florida it seemed to click for that last game when everything come together. Is there a reason that did? I mean, is it something you can point to? Is just the camaraderie, the team play, or what do you think is a key factor there?
I say just putting it all together as all 5 guys as we're on the court instead of because we all good. So if we all put it together and we play together, we're a good team.
Everybody's at the top of the game, we'll be a hard team to beat. Do you agree with that, Jackson?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Are you healthy now? I mean, I know you've had issues with your ankle and you missed a game or 2 during the regular season.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
okay now?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm back at it. Just glad to be back out there.
And you got a younger brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Smith Airy?
Yes, sir.
Take him one-on-one? You smoke him?
Yeah.
Go one-on-one?
He's still far away. He'll get there. Maybe not.
Well, you got about a half a foot on him at
Yeah,
least.
that's true.
Yes, sir. What's it going to take, Jackson? Continue to be successful this season. You got a big game with Walker Valley here Friday. Next Tuesday, McMinn Central comes in. Then we've got East Hamilton, another big district game here. What does it take for our team to be successful, continue to be successful?
I'd say just buying into one another, playing with, like you said, camaraderie, just staying together as a team, not focused on yourself, not focused on what you're doing, but focusing on how you can better yourself for the team. And just staying in that team mindset and just going forward and moving from that. So,
well, I know every coach I talk to, I don't care if it's what sport, it's communication out there on the field or on the floor. Because these guys, in basketball especially, guys are moving around. You got to switch off sometimes defensively if you're playing man, and everybody's got to be on the top of the game there. And is communication, D, is that a key? I guess I would think so.
A very big key. It's always on the keys before the game that coach puts up.
What do you hear? What's the last thing the coach tells you when you get ready to go out on the floor against a team like last night? I mean, does he have a pre-game speech prepared? Does he just sort of wing it and you guys take it in for what it's worth, or?
What's the last key to every game?
Compete. Or have fun.
Compete.
Have fun.
And
have fun's always the last one.
Oh,
that's a big thing.
Compete, have fun.
We're going to compete, and if you're competing, you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I want every time we step on the floor for it to be fun.
Well, it should be.
And it should be. So.
It's just a game,
It is.
But it's an important game, but it is a game. You got to have fun. Are there specific goals that you as a coach set, I don't want this many turnovers, we got to shoot this much percentage on free throws? I mean, is there any kind of measurement goals that you use to evaluate the team after the game is over?
Yeah, I give them goals. Typically, it's under 50 points for the opposing team. We want to hold them to under 50 for the game. We want to be plus 15 on the offensive glass. less than 15 turnovers, which for my standards is still too high, but I want to give them goals, and we're getting there.
Hit 13 last night.
And the game before that, we only had 9. So we're trending in the right direction with the turnovers. But it's stuff like that. You know, I want to have, last night one of the goals was take 6 charges. Because with the way they drive, they're not really looking to pass the ball. We need to be in the gap and just let them run it over. We didn't meet that goal. But every game, there's different goals that go within it.
Well, I know every game changes, and it'll be a different, this Friday night when we host Walk Valley there. I read a quote one time, and I put it down here. I wanted to read it. A lazy player gets by and doesn't always strive to get better, even though he may be good. But a team player wanting to become better takes the hard practice and the hard coaching. He's always asked coach, what can I do better, you know? Some of them says, I'll just leave me alone, coach. Practice is over. I'm tired, exhausted, I'm hungry, I want to go home. But there's those that, the special players are going to ask you, hey, what do I need to improve, And I think that's a key to being that outstanding player.
It is.
Everybody strives for.
You know, to improve, it's a lot of the unseen work that gets done.
Right.
You know, getting in the gym when coaches aren't even around. We may not even know about it.
Exactly.
Are you willing to do what it takes to make yourself better, which ultimately is going to make the team better? And those unseen hours, unseen shots, different things, the weight training, the conditioning, what you're putting in your body, things that go unnoticed to everybody else, are you willing to do what it takes?
I had a coach one time tell me, he used a saying, he said, just stop listening. You hear that? You hear that? Thump, thump, thump. That's a kid in the gym's going to beat you because he's practicing and you're not,
Yeah.
And I think that's a great thing. Dee, what would you like to be better at as a player to be more valuable to the team? Anything in particular that you think, I wish I could do this better, shoot better, defend better, talk and communicate better? Anything that come to mind?
Not get so emotional.
Not get so emotional like last night?
Stay level. No, I don't think I was emotional last night.
Well, the referee took it a little different way, I guess. And that's okay. They got emotional too, How about you, Jackson? Anything you'd like to improve on?
I'd say the same thing. Just not getting down on myself, just staying up, just being a positive force, not only to myself, but for the rest of my team.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
a good attitude
just to
there.
lead by example in that way.
Well, as seniors, we got a lot of seniors.
That's good.
And those are the guys that the younger guys are looking to see, hey, this guy's acting up, and do I want to do that? Because I'm a freshman, I need to learn how to act and be on the floor, represent the school here, not just on the floor, but out in public and all that. And you've got a younger brother,
Sir.
Smith area, freshman here at Bradley.
Sir.
He played middle school ball at
Okay.
Ocoee, so
Yes, sir.
he's a Bear now.
Yes, sir.
Dee, do you have any younger brothers coming up or sisters coming up that might be playing ball here
No, sir.
later on? And where are you from originally? We were talking about this before, so confess the truth here now.
I was born in Marietta, Georgia.
Okay. But what?
I'm from Atlanta.
Jackson, are you a Cleveland native or are you from somewhere else as well?
Well, I was born in Marietta, but I've lived in Cleveland for a good amount of my life. So I would say I'm from Cleveland.
Does the coach go back and reminisce about the old days when he was on a team, a really, really good team, one of the best teams that Kent Smith had here, when they went state championship finals? So he remind you guys of that and say, you guys can't hold a candle to that team there, or not?
Not really. He just, from time to time, he'll bring up how he used to be. He's not still that.
Pretty good player in his day, I'm telling you guys.
I don't know if he's still that guy, but
Gary, when I
He
want
tries.
to, I can.
That's the way you have to do it there. Coach, let's reminisce a little bit here. Since we had our last show back before the break, you went on the road to Florida, down to Pensacola.
Yep.
Girls were in Sandestin, so you're not too far apart there. Played 3 games there, come up short a couple of them. Had that last game, I talked to you after that, and you said that really seemed to spur the team on. Is anything that, I asked the guys about that, but what do you see different now? Because we've won the last 3 games, and we beat Silverdale, who had beaten us the first game of the year. We're their only loss. They're 17-1, and they have 1 losses to us.
I think that just being on that trip, getting to know your teammates better. We did an activity down there, and they may disagree with me. I think that was really big for us. We went and played miniature golf, and I split them up into teams, and I gave them 5 H's that they had to find out. Who was it? Hero, heartbreak,
hopes.
hopes. What were the other 2?
Hopes.
It was something about the past.
History.
History, and then
And there was one more. There was 5 H's, and they had to find out about each other.
Oh,
And
okay.
then when we went to dinner together that night, we were able to share about each other, and guys learned things that they didn't know about each other's families. And I think that took us in the step in the right direction of getting to know. You got to know who you're in the trenches with. And,
Right.
you got to have that trust and just find out a little bit about their background and where they come from. And I thought that was big for us moving forward, and I think it's shown in our play on the court.
It's a good bonding moment, and as you've said before, it's like a family. You know, you guys are together way more than you're at home right now because you're in school all day, you practice, then you got games, and seems like it never ends there. What kind of grade at this point of the season? We're a little over halfway through the regular season. What kind of grade would you assign to the team? You know, you're a classroom teacher. You know, are these guys trending upward, or where do we need to go?
I think we're trending in the right direction. Overall grade, I'd say about a C right now.
Okay.
We got a lot of room for improvement. We got a lot of things we can get better at, and if I want to be hitting our stride coming down the stretch. You know, I don't want to be peaking too early.
Right.
So I do think we're trending in the right direction. We still got a lot of room for improvement. We're going to get better at practice, and that's where you get better at. And but I do like where our guys are headed. I love this team. I love all my guys, and I think we got a good squad.
Well, I think they recognize that and understand it, and they appreciate that too there. Last time, coming up Friday night, our next game is with Walker Valley. We went there before and lost. Was it a 1 point game?
I think it was a 2 point. Was it 1
it's
point?
1 point,
1
52,
game?
53.
1 point game and real crazy finish there. But what concerns you about Walker Valley when you look at film of them?
All of them can dribble, pass, and shoot. You know, they hurt us that first game, especially late in the game, second half with wide open threes. We were over rotating. They got us out of in our rotations, and we didn't close out shooters like we should. So their ability to shoot the basketball, we got to do a much better job of guarding the 3-point line.
Well, I was talking to Coach Reuter earlier today, and although they're not technically a district foe anymore, we still look at them. Hey, that's a huge game. We're going to have a great crowd here Friday night, you know. And then the next Tuesday, we got McMinn Central back in here. I know the girls' game will be the main attraction there, but we're going to have a big crowd for that. And then we got East Hamilton here Friday of next week, which will be another district game. And you told me last night, too, the main thing about last night is a win is a win, but it was a road win in a district game, which is so much more valuable than a regular win over somebody who's not a district game.
Right. Every game is important, but especially when it comes down to the district seeding for the playoffs, you want to take care of business. And now we only have 6 district games. So every game is that much more important. You can't stumble and try to get back in it. You don't have the wiggle room that you had in the past.
Let me ask you something I haven't asked you, I don't believe. How do you like the new rule about shooting free throws after 5 fouls per quarter versus if we used to have the 1-and-1 and stuff like that? You like that rule yet, or we've had enough games to sort of...
I'm indifferent on it. I mean,
it doesn't matter really.
yeah, it is what it is. So my opinion is not going to change the rules, so we just got to conform and go with it.
Right. Would you like to have a shot clock?
I would.
Would you?
I would, yes.
Well, we saw that in some games played, and I'm sure everybody thinks within another year or two we'll have it in Tennessee.
I think it's going to come down in
Probably
Tennessee
nationwide.
eventually. But I would like to see a shot clock. It'll challenge us coaches, time and score, different things. Do we want to go 2 for 1? What do we got? We can't hold the ball for a minute straight anymore. So, it puts a little different strategy going into the game.
Well, I've seen some games, and let's talk about this 5 foul rule now, which is that you don't shoot fouls until there are 5 fouls, unless you're fouling the active shooting course. And then you shoot 2. It's not a 1-1, you shoot 2. And I've seen strategies having to be changed late in the game where you're behind and you need that team to shoot free throws, hopefully miss and get the rebound. So that's a little different effect on the game, I guess. But like you say, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for being here. I know you're glad to be out of the class and here and not in classrooms. But we're going to let you get back to class here pretty quickly. And, Coach, we always appreciate you taking time to see us. And we'll do this again next week, talk about the games played and the games coming up again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Head Coach Zach Carpenter, along with Jackson Airy and Dee Reed, a couple of our seniors here on a team that is now won their last 3 games in a row. And that was a big district road win on top of the district, now 2-0.
Yep.
And looking to prove that. We'll have Walker Valley here Friday night. That'll be on Mixed TV as well as Mixed Radio. And also we'll be here Tuesday night with McMinn Central, same difference there with the radio. And next Friday we'll host East Hamilton, another big district game there. So next time, Mr. Gary Ownbey saying so long now. God bless and go Bears.